Well, here they come, the Spanish archers leading out the Koreans. It's time to go for gold again here in Colombia. First up, let's go and meet the athletes. So team introductions, Korea versus Spain. Chef, is it another case of massive favourites Korea?
Yeah, I think if you look at their semi-final, that was really insane. The scores that they shot there, they shot 60 and 59 twice, so they missed 2 points and 18 arrows. Then again...
Sorry, just before you carry on, against your team, which is why you're saying that with a big frown on your face.
Yeah, it was against my team, but that's just a side note. If you look at the team from Spain, they have Alvarinho in there, they have Pablo Acha in there, Ken Sanchez has been doing well, so they do have quite a chance if they manage to get out the gates fast enough, I think.
Time for set number 1 of this Recurve men's team gold medal match. Kim Woo-jin gets us off with a 9.
So some slight adjustments being made there for the side marks, and I'm sure that they'll have communicated to Oh Jin-hyuk that he needs to take into account that they're hitting a bit high.
Well, they got the height right. Well, O certainly did, but just a little right. So we switch over for the first rotation for Spain. Pablo Acha leads out the line for the Spanish team. Well, looks like he's just clipped the line there. If you hit the line between 2 rings, you'll get the higher score. Unsurprisingly, Sanchez, the least experienced of the Spaniards, going in the middle.
Yeah, he is the least experienced, but he has, I think, done quite well in the recent past in youth competitions.
Well, halfway stage of the first set, and Spain have got a mini advantage.
Bit of a longer hold than what I'm used to seeing from Kim Woo-jin, but yeah, he managed to make it stick. So far, they have dropped more points than they have in the complete semi-final altogether. And it does give them a little bit of an opening, or it does give Spain a little bit of an opening, I should say, to maybe get the first set.
10 though to finish off from Oh Jin-hyuk for a 56, but 58 available to the Spaniards.
Yeah, and I think a key moment in this match already, because they will need to get all the points they can get, essentially. So this opening is something they will have to use, I think. Very aggressive angular draw there from Sanchez. A really controlled and comfortable shot, so maybe the aggressive draw is not maybe the same as the rest of the shot. It looks more controlled afterwards.
9 from Archer to share the points, a 10 to take the lead. He's drifted off way into the left for a 54, so seemingly from nowhere the Koreans have taken the first 2 set points. Anything you noticed there with that last shot?
Yeah, it looked like a loss of tension there. It looked like he, although he was maybe a bit stuck for time, or he didn't have so much time left, he was trying to make his own shot in his own, in his own rhythm, but I don't think he should have. I think he should have maybe put some pace behind it, and yeah, made it quicker than he normally would.
We talked about a longer hold from Kim Woo-jin there in the middle of the Korean trio. Do you think that is something to do? The wind's not strong, but it's not consistently blowing in one direction. It's swirling around. We can see the best chance to see that is the 2 flags sitting on the targets. One can be blowing one way, the other one blowing the other way. Yeah,
and I think it's merely a breeze. I think it's not really a wind that affects the arrows all too much, but it might just be enough to blow your arrow out into the 9. So it's something that you want to take into account, but it's difficult because it's, yeah, like you said, it goes from left to right and then it goes from right to left. So it's not easy to anticipate on.
Well, the Koreans, as Chef said, dropping more points in the first set of this gold medal match than they did throughout the semi-final they had against the Netherlands. But they did get the points in the first set, so Spain and Miguel Alvarino will start set number 2.
Yeah, so far only shooting 10s. So I think that's why he is shooting the first position in the team, to get some confidence built up in the team. You can see that the least experience is in the middle position again, sandwiched between experience, so to say, to reduce the amount of nerves that you get. It's the least taxing position to be in, so to say, because starting the end is quite a nervous thing, and closing off the end is as well, so it's nice to be in the middle. That looked like a much better shot than the one that went to the left just now.
It's time to find out how quickly the Korean trio can dial into the centre. Kim Woo-jin showing that he's found the middle. Kim Jae-duk with the second shot.
Yeah, and then now we get to see the legend that is Oh Jin-hyuk. Every time I watch Oh shoot, I feel like picking up a bow myself, because it just looks so comfortable, so relaxed. And it makes it seem so easy. It isn't, I can tell you that much, but it makes it very comfortable and very fun to shoot. So I might pick up my bow when I get back home.
Yeah. Oh, the 2012 individual Olympic champion goes back a little way. Of course, Alvarino and co won't be thinking about that at all. They just need to put down the biggest marker they can, because it looks like the Koreans are dialed in to the centre of the target.
Yeah, this is what they should be doing. Obviously, it's quite trivial that you need to shoot your arrows in the middle of the target, but it's important to at least put some pressure on if you can.
Another disappointing final arrow from a Spanish perspective for a 55.
Bit of a timing issue, it seems.
Yeah, that's where the Koreans are standing behind the shooting line. Kim Woo-jin waiting for the clock to be reset. As you can see, it's down to 0 on the left-hand side of that floor scoring board. Now in this situation, because they count down, will they just set the clock to 20 seconds again, or is it over 120 seconds, the 6 arrows?
Normally the 6 arrows you get 120 seconds to shoot them, but they've shot only 3 arrows, and I don't think they've used all of the 60 seconds that you would be using for the first 3 arrows. So
someone's now got to go and check where that clock stopped.
Ideally, yes, but I think if they cannot figure that out, they'll just get 60 seconds and they can start again. And this might throw some people off and get you out of your rhythm, so to say. But I think the Korean team has so much experience and is so relaxed in a situation like this that they'll just keep on shooting.
Yeah, I'm hearing that they've elected just to move things along to time this manually. Well, we hear the buzzer going off, so Kim Woo-jin, well, you can see the clock now has been reset on the field of play. You just caught a glimpse of that.
Again, a bit of a longer hold, but I think Woo-jin, his lines and his technique is so chill, so relaxed, that it doesn't matter if his shot takes a little bit longer, because it doesn't cost him that much extra energy, and he's still able to shoot a really good shot after that.
And to add to that, Kim Jae-juk is ratted.
Yeah, he seems to he doesn't let anything go to chance.
A little bit of movement on the bow, but makes no difference. A perfect 60 for the Koreans, and they have found the middle of the target, and they find themselves 4-0 up. Superb performance despite the disruption there. They finished with a perfect score. I'll just talk a little bit though about the Spanish team. You're talking about angular draw. Now we see that from Archer, and now we're seeing it from the youngster as well.
Yeah, so the coach, Ilias Cuesta, he has very tight, he has a tight relationship with Ki-Sik Lee from the US coach, who is the former coach of Simon Fairweather winning the 2000 Olympics. And he has a shooting method called the KSL style shooting method, where you draw your bow in an angular manner rather than just straight back. There's a lot of biomechanics going on there, and I'm not a physiologist, so I cannot really tell you that much about it. But it's meant to be better for your shoulder, and it's meant to give you more strength so that you can finish your shot better.
You get to see the Spanish athletes. I imagine, I did study a little bit of biomechanics at university many years ago, and I would imagine that it's just using more of your arm muscle group coming around and then pulling back in, so that by the time you're at full draw, when the draw weight is at its highest, you've relaxed your shoulder into that position. Yeah,
so I think in theory you pull it back with pretty much only your triceps and your shoulder, rather than using your biceps to pull it back, what you would be doing if you have it straight back.
More from Geek's Corner a little later on, but first up, it's set number 3 here in the gold medal Recurve men's team competition between Korea and Spain. Spain trailing by 4 set points to 0, and Alvarino popping it into the 9.
Yeah, the first time this match I think he pops it into the 9, because so far I've only seen 10s from him. And it's really nice to have your teammate shoot a 10 afterwards to, you know, crank up the average a bit.
So good communication there between Archer, Alvarino and Sanchez. It was a perfect score for the Koreans in the last set. Can they continue the run?
So far, yes. Kim Woo-jin famously being the first archer to shoot a 700 score on a 720 round. So shooting 10s is not something that's very unique to him. And even though that arrow is nearly hitting the 10 line, you could see from the shot that he made that he knew that arrow was going to the right, and that's pretty incredible, because it's probably 7 centimeters from center at a distance of 70 meters, and he was able to feel such a small nuance in the shot that he knew it was going to go to the right. So that's the level that these archers are at.
Well, and the key thing through that first rotation is that Korea only need to match Spain, and that is what they've done in order to take the gold medal. So these 3 arrows from Spain, really important. They start with a 10, just drifting off into the 9.
Yeah, a little bit of a static release there, not as relaxed as the other shots that he had before, but yeah, he managed to still pull it a bit to the left so it wouldn't go too far off. A bit pressed for time. And again to the left. You can see that if he's not comfortable in the shot, he just loses tension, and yeah, he gets rigid, and the arrow drifts off to the left.
Yeah, shot 7, 8 and 8 to finish each of the sets for Spain, and the problem is the Koreans will sniff victory now. They just need to match that 56. They have 59 available to them, so a lot of wiggle room.
Look at that group. It's a mouth-watering group, if you ask me.
Well, the win looking all but done here. Oh, with the final arrow of this third set. Needed a 7, hits a 10 for a 59, and Korea have done it again in 3 sets. They won the women's recurve team gold medal against Great Britain 6-0, and here their counterparts in the recurve men's team have won 6-0 over Spain. So expected results, you have to say, but how impressive was that shooting, especially in the second and third sets from the Koreans.